Alright, we are back in the South Goshen yard, loaded up again, going to California. I'm going to try and make it back for Thanksgiving. So, it just got dark here. Just got finished loading up. And I met that couple right there. That's Paul and Georgia from Georgia. Real nice folks. They're going out to Florida, I think. I think that's what they said. Anyway, so they got me a double going to Santa Clarita. Well, it's actually called Stevenson Ranch, which is basically Valencia, Santa Clarita. Santa Clarita's on one side, Valencia's on the I-5 side. And then you have Stevenson Ranch on the other side of I-5, on the west side of I-5. It's right over by Six Flags. Never been to Six Flags, but at least not that one. So this is a double one. I think they're 23-foot Coleman lights, double axles. It was easy to load, real easy. I was hoping for the single axles. I was hoping for one of these ones. I was hoping for two of these smaller ones. That way I could, I need to get my Honda car back to California. So I was hoping to be able to squeeze two of them way up there and then have some extra space on the back of the deck and put the car. But with these two double axle ones, it's not gonna happen. So that's okay. I'll save it for another time. Oh, got some lights on in there. I'll have to jump in there and turn the lights off, otherwise that'll drain my battery. So these are, I think the shipping weight on these is 4,900 pounds a piece. So just under 10,000. I put 85 pounds in the airbags. See, it's still squatting just a little bit, but that's okay. So I had some work done on the truck. It broke down on me in New Mexico. I was on I-40 actually coming out here, and I hit a bump and the whole truck died. And so I managed to get it restarted after disconnecting the battery, reconnecting it, and I had a transmission wrench light come on and the check engine light came on. So I got it down to the house in Texas and took it to the dealership in town, because I was only about 6 hours from the house in Texas. I had planned to come straight through to Indiana last week. Yeah, but that didn't happen. So it was in the dealership for a week. Oh, here comes a train. So it was at the dealership, and they had it for the better part of a week, and they traced it down to a broken wire on the transmission control module, a broken ground wire. How that happened at 128,000 miles, I have no idea. So, and then while they had it in the shop, they went ahead and they rewired all of the wiring that Shipshe put in for the tail lights back here, because they said everything was corroded and nothing was waterproofed or anything, and they said that was causing an electrical power feedback or something or other. I can't remember what the heck he said, but anyway, they bought, because what Shipshe did is they tucked the factory tail lights with that blind spot system. They tucked them up underneath on top of the spare tire, and they zip tied them up there, because if you unplug them, it creates a whole Christmas tree of lights on the dash and everything goes haywire. So what they did is Ford got the adapter and wiring harness that would go with a cabin chassis. So they connected all that to the lights in the back. So now it's more factory, I guess. So, which I wanted to get rid of those taillights, and I wanted that blind spot thing turned off because it kept on constantly, putting up a dash light. And so they went into the they went into the system and turned it off. Turned off the blind spot monitoring and disconnected the taillights. And so I've got the taillights just sitting at the house. So anyway, I should have just enough hours, I think, to get back to California in time for Thanksgiving. I should get there on Thursday morning, because it's Sunday night here, and I'm going to stop by the house in Texas, and it's a 2-day drive there, and then from the house in Texas it's a 2-day drive to the house in California. So barring any complications, we should make it home for Thanksgiving, which is nice because my mother has a turkey dinner planned. So yeah, with the breakdown, and then while they were fixing the electrical stuff, I had them do the fuel filters. I had them do rear end differential service, and then the transfer case as well. They did the transfer case. So that is all done. It would be kind of nice to tow a double for once. I've been doing triples now for, I think, the last 4 or 5 loads. I've been doing those Coleman lanterns, those triple ones. It'll be nice to do a double one because I'm not overhanging at all. I'm not overhanging in the front. I'm not overhanging in the rear, so I can take that shortcut through Missouri to get down to Texas. So yeah, instead of having, when I have the triples, I'm overhanging in the front and the rear, so I got to go down through Kentucky, Tennessee, So, and I got pulled into a weigh station in Tennessee early in the morning, and pulled me into weigh, and I was at the time it was just under 29,000 pounds. And so as I'm sitting on the scales, all the floodlights come on. I'm going, great, I'm getting inspected. And sure enough, I got inspected. It was another level 1. And I think it was just because, I'm a pickup truck, and I'm so much easier to do than a semi. So, but that's all right. It was an extra $100 that, I sent it off to Horizon, and they had $100 in my on my EFS card within a couple hours. So, yep. All right, so I'm gonna cut this. I got paperwork to do. I gotta jump in there into that last one, turn the lights off, and get my paperwork done. And we're gonna get out of here. I'm shooting for a truck rest stop just west of West Memphis, Arkansas. So that's where I'm shooting for tonight, or tomorrow morning. And then from there, it'll be nice, easy 8 or so hour drive to the house in Texas. So, alrighty. So let's go to Santa Clarita. Alright, it is the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and I am on my way down to Valencia, Stevenson Ranch, Santa Clarita, whatever you want to call it, to deliver. I called the dealership yesterday, confirmed they're open today for delivery, and I called them again this morning to verify where I'm supposed to pull in and park. Because after looking on the Google Maps, it wasn't too clear to me the route that I should go to get in and get out of the dealership. Some of the dealerships are they have really tight turns, and you can only go in one way. So, but they told me to just go ahead and pull straight in like I'm going through the front, and then the service road will take me around to the back, I guess. So we shall see. But it was a nice drive coming out. The rest of the way from when I was last in New Mexico, I stopped in Grants. Boy, this road is really bumpy. Make sure I keep it down to 55, because there you go. It's 55. But it was a nice ride coming out. I actually pulled up to the house in California with 1 minute on my shift drive clock. 1 minute. I had plenty enough hours on my 70-hour clock. I had six hours and some change. But when I turned the corner onto my street, it clicked down from 2 minutes to 1 minute, and I knew, okay, I need to get parked. So that was pretty close. So I do not want to ever get a violation. That's, yeah. So that was a really close one. Anyway, so gonna get everything delivered today. Hopefully it goes nice and smooth. And then I'm gonna go back to the house and take a break for the rest of the day, whatever time I get home, I don't know. And then I go to church tomorrow morning, and then we'll head out tomorrow night. Head back to India. Well, I'm gonna head back to Texas first. Stop off at the house again. It's a nice midway break for me, just to do a 10-hour break at the house out there versus be on the road. So I don't know. It's nice. It's just a nice break. Do a 10-hour break. I can eat some food and get a shower and sleep in my own bed. And so I expect to get back out to Indiana next Thursday sometime. Hopefully they'll have another California run, but I'm not counting on it because they're starting to thin out as far as the number of trailers. But it is the end of the month. I will be getting back there on the 30th. And usually the last couple days of the month is when they're really, really busy getting all the RVs off of the dealer lots and trying to get them into the Verizon yards. So I'm going to be curious to see how that is. That'll, what I see when I'm loading up, that'll kind of gauge, I guess, what December may look like. So I want to try and get 3 runs in December if I can. I'd like that. I got 3 runs in for November. That was nice. I stayed pretty busy. But anyway, it is a nice sunny day here in Southern California, out in the high desert. I love it out here. It's just, I like the desert. Not to say that I don't like Texas. I like Texas just the same. But I do enjoy Southern California. Alright, we're going to go ahead and continue on to delivery, so I'll probably throw this in here, driving all the way down. I'll bump it up to like a high speed, so if anybody's interested in watching it, just, I guess, slow it down. Alright, see you at delivery. This is a pretty tight turn, as you can see. I had to go slow so I didn't hit the curb, and there was some people walking on the sidewalk. I didn't want to jump the curb with the tires. And here's another kind of tight turn getting in here. There's a lot of traffic, so I couldn't really swing as wide as I would have wanted to, but I got through there. As I'm pulling up, I was looking around and I just saw RVs everywhere, and they had told me on the phone just to pull straight in and I can go around to the service road on the back, but I couldn't discern where that was, so I went ahead and I parked here, and then I went inside and I got one of the porters to give me a hand and show me where to park and unload. And this is after I'm unloading, and I'm gonna go around to the back of the service road. And I was telling the porter that was too tight of a turn. I wasn't gonna make it because there was an RV off to the passenger side there. And he kept saying, "Oh, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good." But as I'm looking in my mirror, I'm like, no, I would have struck the front hitch part had I tried to keep going. So I backed out, and he got in the forklift and moved the RV out of the way. And a real nice guy, real helpful. That's not as common as you would like it to be, but everybody's always really nice, especially at most of all the Camping Worlds. So here I'm going around the back of the service road. They wanted me to unload back here, but I don't see where I could have really unloaded without being in the way of something else. So, and that's it. So that was a good delivery, and the check-in went pretty smooth, and I learned some new things that I'm gonna address in one of my future videos.